things is we need to have our shoulder in the right position. So we're gonna do some things to help make that happen, okay? The first one is gonna be foam rolling, all right? You're gonna foam roll 2 areas. First one is gonna be your chest, second one is gonna be your lats. I'm gonna have Jake show. So, I'm gonna come over here. Notice how the foam roller is angled. That's on purpose. Why? The chest runs like a fan, and we wanna move along those fibers. So he's gonna put his hand just outside of his shoulder at about 2 o'clock on this side. If he was doing the other arm, it would be about 11. And he's gonna roll all the way up to his armpit, and then roll all the way down to the middle of his chest. Really just smashing those chest muscles, okay? Good. All right, so with any of these foam rolling and lacrosse balling things, anywhere from 90 seconds all the way up until 5 minutes. It's gonna depend on how tight you are. Basically, minimum 90 seconds, but once you start to feel the muscle loosening up / a little bit of relief, you can move on. So you're gonna do the chest, both sides obviously. The next one you're gonna do is your lats, those big, huge back core muscles that you guys have. The arm's gonna be straight out, palm down. He's gonna use his legs and the other arm if needed. Start all the way up the armpit, roll all the way down past the rib cage. Good. Just smashing those muscles, trying to bring some blood flow, loosen everything up. Let's say that Jake found a really tight spot up there. Maybe he'll just rotate just a bit, feeling those muscles kind of crunch under there. Same thing, 90 seconds, all the way up until 5 minutes if you are super, super, super tight. Okay, that's number 1, foam rolling the chest, foam rolling the lat. The second one, we're going to use the lacrosse ball. We're going to do a little bit more work on the chest because you guys are super tight in the chest, and when the chest is tight, it pulls the shoulder forward, and that's not what we want. So, Jake's going to take this lacrosse ball. Yes, what we're going to do is there's a trigger point, and any of the coaches can help you find it. There's 2, there's actually 3, but we're going to go for 2. The first one is somewhere right up by the shoulder. You're going to have to find it. I found it on him. Yeah, look at that face. Okay, it's when the muscle's in a knot, basically, so when it feels like a lump. So that's the first position he's going to get. The second one's going to be kind of directly from the armpit, right there. Okay, so what he's going to do is he's going to take that ball, he's going to put it in that spot. What's important is that the shoulder stays rolled back. We don't want it rolled forward. That's bad. You want to open up the chest and then try and loosen up that muscle. Okay, so what he's going to do is he's going to take that ball, he's going to put it in that spot. What's important is that the shoulder stays rolled back. We don't want it rolled forward. That's bad. You want to open up the chest and then try and loosen up that muscle. Okay, so position 1 and position 2. Okay, let's move on from that so we don't kill Jake. Okay,
still recovering, people.
All right, the next one is with the lacrosse ball as well. So what's going to happen is we have our scapulas, right? This floaty bone thing here, okay? This little triangle. So what we're going to do is we're going to put it, I'm trying to loosen up under the scapula. He's really loose. You can see how I can stick 2 knuckles under there. Most of you will not have that in the beginning. So we're going to lay on the ground. If the ground is too much, take it to the wall. But I'm going to put the lacrosse ball not on the bone, right under it. So where my fingers are, that's where I want that lacrosse ball to be. And I can mess with it exactly. It doesn't have to be right here. It could be a little bit higher. So Jake's going to put that lacrosse ball in that spot. He's going to find his sticky point, wherever that may be. And maybe this is super painful, okay? So maybe he'll just stay there. But what I would like to see is you take that arm through a full range of motion, going all the way to the ground if you can, and then all the way back down. You can play with this one. You can hold your hand over your head. What you can also do is you can actually rotate that shoulder. Yeah, and you can go back and forth through that as well, okay? Mostly what we're going for here is the up and down movement, okay? That one's gonna hurt, but that one's gonna be really helpful in loosening everything up back there.
Oh.
Okay, the next 2 movements are going to be more of a dynamic movement. The first one is going to be a hollow rock. So you should all know your hollow body position. We're going to get into that position here with the arms at the shoulder Exactly. If you want to try and start this movement from the core. And rock. Yes, back and forth. So Jake's doing an awesome job. He's not really using his shoulders or his hips too much. He's using his core. We're going to do 20 reps of those. Feel free to break it up, 5s, 10s. You don't have to do all 20 in a row. We want quality here. We want the belly really switched on. The last one, once you've loosened up your chest and your lats and your scapulas, we're now going to do something called a reverse plank push-up. So Jake's going to set up. How the wrists are for right now is not such a big deal. What is important is that the wrists stay under the shoulders, that they're not too wide or too far back. All right, and if it's, okay, so what he's going to do, he's going to lift his hips up, and if it's, okay, so what he's going to do, he's going to lift his hips up, squeeze his shoulder blades together, hold 1, 2, come down. Good, and then again, squeeze the butt, squeeze the belly, squeeze the shoulder blades together, 1, 2, and down. Let's say this is just way too hard. What can you do? Bend your knees. Yes. Okay, the shorter you make your body, the easier it will be. But again, the main focus here is keeping those shoulders pinned back so that we get all those muscles back there working and we take some stress off the chest and the shoulder. All right, that's your mobility for this month. If you have any questions, the coaches will be able to help you, and this guy's going to be your new best friend / enemy, but he's going to help you a lot. Enjoy!